Good morning, everyone. Last time we have discussed about Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory. So today we are going to discuss about Albert Bandura's social learning theory. But before we discuss his theory, it's important that we know who is Albert Bandura first. So kindly read Miss Miranda.
Albert Bandura, Canadian-born American psychologist, Institute for Social Learning Theory. He revised it in 1986, calling the new social learning theory social cognitive theory.
Okay, thank you very much. So according to Albert Bandura, that we don't need to experience something for us to learn it. So we see if this happens, therefore this is called observational
Learning.
So Albert Bandura posits that not everything we learn comes from learning it with our own. Sometimes we learn by experience with our environment. So, moreover, in Albert Bandura, he says that there are three types of models. The first is a live model physically demonstrating the action, and a live model using language to display a behavior verbally, and lastly is a symbolic model showing behaviors online, in movies, in TV programs, and in books. So when we say there are these three models, it is called modeling. So in modeling, it is the process of learning by observing and imitating other people's behavior or actions as well. So in Albert Bandura's three models, the first one is this live model. This is a physical demonstration. So for example, a child watches his older siblings ride a bike, and of course he will try to imitate the action of his older sibling. So can anybody else give another example in a physical demonstration? Miss Johanna, can you please give us another example? Do you have any ideas in mind? So the first is a live model physically demonstrating an action, and that person will copy the action of the model. Can you give us another example? So the given example is, if his older brother was riding a bike, of course the younger sibling will copy that action.
Just like in TV programs, if that child, nakakita siya sa mga movies, like Provinciano, maray ko ang tendency na masulit mo, kaya siya.
Well, actually, thank you for your example, but that is from another, yes, we will tackle that later. So the next is live model using language or verbal instruction. So in verbal instruction, they copy the action that was done or that was spoken. So for example, a very good example of this is when for a basketball team, the coach will explain to his players what are the rules or how to play a basketball, and of course the players will follow the instructions. So can anybody else give another example? Yes, Mr. Hans. Do you have any examples?
I think when the teacher said that
Yes. For example, what for okay, so next, the third model as described by Albert Bandura is a symbolic model influenced by media. So an example of this is a child, yes, a child watches his favorite superhero and starts mimicking the catchphrases and the gestures of the superhero. Napag-iba na costume.
Yes. Yeah.
So those were the three models as described by Bandura. Now let's move over to the four steps in social learning theory. So in social learning theory by Albert Bandura, the first stage or step is attention. Of course, before something must be copied, the model must catch the attention of the child first. Especially as teachers, it's important that when we are teaching our learners, we will catch their attention. Right?
Yes.
So another example of that is that a teacher was demonstrating a dance move. So it will catch the attention of the students. And the next is the retention. Please read this, Crystal.
Retention. If there is no memory of the behavior observed, there is nothing to be retained for.
Thank you very much. So can you just proceed, Mr. Mates, please with the reproduction.
Reproduction, the ability to execute models behavior.
Okay. Miss Miranda, can you read the last?
Motivation. Even a person may have the ability to reproduce the behavior, they must have the desire for where to learn.
So we can, so the best way to give an example is, ako na lang siya i-example na one setting only na applying for steps. Okay, so for example is, say for example, a teacher was demonstrating a dance move that is getting the attention of the students. So the dance teacher. The next is in retention. Atong mga students, they remember the steps that was done by the teacher. So ila siyang rehearse mentally. That was retention. And then in reproduction, the students, they try to follow. Ilang imitate ang gibuhat sa teacher. And then in motivation, atong students, they must keep practicing. So another example of this is sige, can anybody else give an example for the first steps in social learning theory? Yes, Mr. Lopez.
So let's just say, let's just take this example from real life scenario. So I have this one friend. So in attention, I have this one friend who watches this another friend in cooking pancit. In retention, so they're watching in retention, when that person doing or cooking pancit, he remembers, example si Shireen, he remembers kasi Shireen, ginganin niya pagluto. Then sa reproduction, he tries himself na muluto on his own. Then sa motivation, since nakadaot siya mga phrases, so na-motivate siya na mas muluto pa.
So is it alright if you know the name drop, sir? Kinsa ba siya? Joshua. So, with that in mind, one example of the application of Albert Bandura's social learning theory is his Bobo-Dal experiment. So, are you familiar with Bobo-Dal? So, ang Bobo-Dal is, katulad pa siya, nani siya forma. Napili na yung subag-subagon na siya. So, yes. So, in Bobo-Dal experiment, there are two groups. So, the first group of, kani siya, mga adults. So, the first group of adults is ilahang gisigi o subag-subag ang Bobo-Dal experiment, ay ang Bobo-Dal learner. Sorry. While the second group is ilang ipasagdaan. But while this experiment was done, for example, katong sa first group na ilang gisumbag, na ay mga bata na naglantaw. So what do you think ang buhaton sa mga bata na naglantaw? Of course, there is a huge possibility na ilahabot itong suliron. Well, sa katong control group, wala nang hihilab dun sa mga adults, wala ko nilang dati. So that's social learning theory as applied in Bobo-Dal experiment, that the students or any child will copy kung sa ang gibuhat sa mga adults. So for us future teachers, it's important of course na kung sa akong buhaton dapat maayo, because most often suhiro nila sa atong mga future students. So do you have any questions? So So in this theory of Albert Bandura and Jean Piaget, what can we learn? So on my own, this is what I learned on the two theories. So what have you observed? So there is a mistake, right? So sometimes our students make mistakes. If we apply Piaget's theory on cognitive development, we must understand that students develop based on their own understanding. Dili siya dali na ma-develop, so ato sila i-support. And in Albert Bandura's theory, the students will learn from each other. Therefore, if kung kinsa tong nakabalo, you help the other students, dili imong katawan. Also, instead of judging the students, we must guide them. We must think critically and correct their mistakes in a positive way. Dili natin makaulawan. Of course, kay nakita sila yung mga effects ilang psychological being. So, any questions regarding this report? Sige, Miss Aya.
Sir, how are these theories related to special and inclusive education, and why are they important?
Can you please stand?
How are these theories related to special and inclusive education, and why are they important?
So these theories from Piaget and Albert Bandura, it's very important in special and inclusive education. Pwede na siya i-discuss natin kay wala na po. So the Piaget's theory focus on individual's cognitive development. So if ato siya i-apply sa special and inclusive education, this is ato siyang supports the individual students. We can different learning styles ng atong students, so we can individualize teaching strategies that will tailor the different needs of our students. However, in Albert Bandura, focus siya on social learning, that we learn from each other. So, in Albert Bandura, if ako ni siyang i-apply sa ating classroom, we must promote an inclusive environment where these students, despite their differences, they can learn from each other. Together, these theories, of course, will help and ensure that the diverse learners, bisag lain-lain kung sila backgrounds, lain-lain sila learning capabilities and styles, ilahang learning is ato bihapong maket. We foster an equitable education for all students, regardless of their backgrounds, disabilities, and capabilities. So that's all for Albert Bandura and Jean Piaget's theories. So we will focus on